So I think the first thing to say is, you may wonder, like, what is this guy doing up here and why is he telling you? What qualifies him to tell me about digital signage? Well, I have a patent for digital signage. It's software. So way back in the day, I actually wrote a program that is one of the core elements of digital signage today. I lead an advertising and marketing agency in emerging tech, and that drives a lot of what we see from digital signage perspective, specifically in the retail industry, because that's where a lot of the change is happening. And we also do a lot of research on consumer behavior. So what I'm going to show you today is how the world is changing, what's driving it, and how it's going to impact digital signage as an industry, and how it needs to evolve or should evolve in order to stay relevant and actually important. And I also have to say, part of what's happening today in the field of digital signage is the fact that there are competing technologies that are treated more like enemies where they should be more like frenemies, like voice-enabled bots inside the store, mobile phones, things like that. Digital signage tends to be more of the hero when it comes to retail engagement, and what's the key piece here is it needs to become more of a companion or support person versus trying to isolate that mobile device in your pocket or going against how people are shopping today. So why is this important? Because the entire world we live in is going to be connected whether you like it or not. These statistics from just last year, 6.4 billion devices were connected last year. That's 5 connected devices for every smartphone that we have in the world today, each person. By 2020, we'll have 26 billion connected devices. And that's not just phones, it's your car, it's your stove, it's your washing machine, it's your hairbrush. Yes, they have a connected hairbrush. It's all of these devices are going to be collecting information about us, and they're going to be part of our everyday lives. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. So how is that important? Here we go. Because all of these connected devices are collecting data about you. Whether you like it or not, it'll collect personal data or just data about where you've been or where you're going to, what you bought, what you like to do. All of these connected devices, or the Internet of Things, is using data to create a new type of experience called the Internet of Experiences. When you do things like put sensors in a car so it can take my heartbeat, and when I'm driving down the street and the guy cuts me off and I have road rage, and suddenly the car knows I'm really angst, it's going to start playing calm music. Maybe turn off the air conditioner so I'm not so hot and bothered. But these are the type of experiences they have. If you go to any of these amusement parks around here today, they're already using the Internet of Experiences, the Magic Band that Disney has. Princess Cruises has a medallion that you wear, you set your preferences, and as you experience the cruise, it collects information about you, suggests things about what you want to do based on your preferences, and of course it collects all the pictures that you have done throughout the experience and gives it to you in a nice neat little package. All of these connected devices, connected things, are driving data, and that data is what should be powering our digital content, the digital signage experiences of the future. Why? Because as people, we will expect it. Why? Because all of our devices are connected already. Think about how people, if you think about what's happening in retail today, it's a perfect case study. No one saw it coming, come on. Everyone saw that coming, they just didn't realize it would happen so quickly. I mean, Walmart has kind of jumped at the game and kind of responded to it. Think about it. All of those store closings that have been happening this year. They saw it coming, they just didn't react fast enough. The Internet of Experiences is driving the data. This data can tell me, you know what, I really don't like going to the store because it's a pain. I don't like talking to the salespeople. I just want to go in there, get my stuff and go. Or better yet, I want to order it and pick it up in my car and go. This kind of data is important to collect and learn about and create new experiences, because people create multi-sensory experiences. We're humans. We like to be entertained. We like to have fun. And the Internet of Experiences is what's going to be driving the next generation of digital signage. This chart shows you how, as a marketing and advertising agency, we look at the world. We look and track every little thing that happens online. I mean, you already know we can see everything you do online, regardless if you like it or not. Google knows everything about you. Those little voice-enabled speakers like Alexa. How many people have Alexas in here? Okay, you know there's 5 million of those already in the world today that's only been around for 24 months. And this year, it's supposed to double in size. Google has one, Apple just announced that they're going to have one. Think about a world where your computers are always on and listening to you, even when you're having a conversation with your wife. Suddenly, the world becomes proactive to your needs. So, of course, when we look at it from a customer journey, people now have an expectation that when I go into a physical space or I have a physical experience in the store, you should already know that stuff about me. You already know everything else. So, digital content, digital signage needs to evolve, and it's starting to. There are a lot more sensors in the store than used to be. If you all recall Bluetooth or beacons, which were a big topic for a while, and then kind of went away, now they're coming back again. That was the start of the world of, I want to start collecting data about you based on your preferences and the fact that you've come to the store this many times. All the data that's been collected is now being pushed through these giant AI machine learning brains. And we're starting to understand how people, and predict how people are going to react. So based on that, that needs to be part of when you build digital signage software, so that it can use that information and turn it into an experience that makes me want to come back to the store, or makes me want to shop with your specific retailer or brand. So, how is this evolving in digital signage? Well, one of the amazing things I've seen recently, now this technology's been around for about 2 years, maybe a little less. Think and Go Stream. Think and Go is a company that had the foresight to put NFC receiving devices inside, behind the screen. Why? Because they figured out that people really want to make it easy when they shop. So if you remember, back in the day, you'd have to use a touch screen and it sent you a code, and that code went to your phone, then you had to use the credit card that's stored on your phone. Like, it wasn't really a frictionless experience when you used one of these things. It wasn't fun, it wasn't easy. So what these guys did was they put the technology behind the screen, so when you want to buy something that you see on the screen, you just tap your phone against that product that you see, and it has the transaction happen instantaneously. That is the future. The future is making my experiences easy, convenient, genuine, authentic, and something I would naturally do, because that's how I am today. I expect these things coming from the world that I live in of connected devices. So, taking this technology, it's nothing new, it's how they used it. They made an experience so easy and simple that people are going to do this. This company Thingo recently got bought by Ingenico in the EU. It's not here in the United States yet because we don't really have a great standard for NFC, nor do we understand how to use it well. But in the EU, this is really taking off. People are putting these as part of an in-store experience where if they see something in a mall, they see a product, or they have a loyalty card, they just tap it against the screen against the product they want, it gets purchased and bagged up, and they pick it up on the way out. The other things that are happening, and that need to continue to evolve with digital signage software, is the use of AI and machine learning. So, you've seen the technology out there that can say, oh, that's a man of this age, or that's a woman of this age, gender, age. You can also do sentiment analysis. These cameras work instantaneously, so all of a sudden, all of those screens that you see in Walmart can look at you and see if you're reacting to the content that's on the screen. The data that you're looking at up here is from a company called IQ, and what they do is they collect sentiment analysis, gender, age, information in a very passive way, using digital signage as their entry point. So all those digital screens that are in there that are connected to the enterprise network is collecting data as people come through in a passive way, so it's not super creepy, but it helps the retailer or the brand that's using that specific shelf understand that behavior, turn it into the next campaign so that they can sell things better. you think about it, again, it's data-driven. Digital signage needs to evolve to make sure that it includes machine learning, AI, a way to take the data, make sense of it, and turn it into something better for the next time around. Another multi-sensory experience that happens is people are used to going online and doing things like, oh, I'm going to customize my sneakers. So Nike has a website where you go online and you can pick the shoe you want, change the color, change the material, and you can do that all on the web. Now, what this company does, this company called Smart Pixels in Paris, that's doing this only with Nike right now, is they took that website, the e-commerce site, brought it into the store, and then turned it into a multi-sensory experience that happens while you're in the store with that specific product. Using projection mapping and a projector, it takes the website, so as you're creating the shoe, it's using that actual product and projecting the images of what the shoe will look like. So you literally are building the shoe in real life in front of your face in a physical form while you're manipulating it in a digital world. These are the types of experiences and what people expect and are going to expect from their future retail experiences. And this is the importance that comes down to how digital signage needs to continue to evolve. It's not just about the screen anymore, it's about services. It's about connecting with physical products. You have to take digital signage and turn it into digital everything. And the connection is going to be with the physical space. Here are some more examples of how digital signage is evolving. The software that's driving all of these is still projection-based. Some of them are AR experiences. Some of them are holographic experiences. But all of these are the next generation of how people will expect to experience things. Apple's announcement last week about AR, how they're pushing that, is going to make that phone in your pocket even more powerful. It's going to allow you to do things like look through your phone and see things that aren't normally there through your phone using digital enhancements. And these types of technologies are already being experimented with and will continue to go. So you have something like the holographic display up there on the right side. You've got an interesting experience where you're taking a physical book, and as you turn the pages, it changes the projection on it, so it looks like the pages are changing content, but you're still using a physical contact point, which is the book. Because again, we're humans and we like the tactile feel on things, we like sensory things, so having a physical plus a digital experience enhances the things that we go through. We've got some of these projectors where you literally just create your own interface by drawing on any surfaces projected on it. And of course, we've got AR. So all of these things are what are driving and will continue to drive digital signage in the future and in the near term. So we look at this from the context of what is really happening and why it's important to you. Commerce is changed to the point where we can buy anything we want. I mean, right now, you can be on Amazon and not listening to me, which has happened, and buying something and having it delivered to your home. Commerce is distributed now. And why is that important? Because it's beyond the walls and sites. It's beyond just having to go to the store. You can do it anywhere you want. The customer now is the point of sale. That's really, really important to know because it sets that expectation of, I know I can do anything I want with that mobile phone and buy anything I want. So I expect that in everything else that I do. And of course, it doesn't matter what platform it is. People don't think in channels. A lot of people say omni-channel or think about the funnel. There's no funnel. Customers don't think that way. They just want what they want when they want it. And that's the way to think about it when you're building the next generation of digital signage. You have to think about what are people going to really want? How do they want to experience things? What are their expectations going to be? So that said, if there are any other questions.
Okay, my quarterbacks are there. I saw one over here behind you.
How you doing?
Hey.
Right up to your mouth so we cannot hear you.
Right,
Yep, that's it.
Talking to the pillow.
It's a little awkward.
I know.
My name is Manolo Almagro of TPN, Technology Manager of Warehouse. So I was taking some notes how we see individuals managing and securing their personal data to regulate the nature of data analytics. And then are we moving into a console-based society where the digital footprint follows people around and the technology is really an interaction with that digital footprint?
Okay, so the first question, wearables, right? Where is that in the context of this? Very big place right now. Wearables probably have the most penetration out of permaculture with the health devices where insurance companies partner with Fitbit and said, hey, if you do this, you'll get better premiums, things like that. But I think when it comes to wearables, the biggest challenge is, and this gets into your next question about privacy and data, people need to know what you're going to do with the data. But people don't really care to know. That's the challenge. So if you think about it, when you go into a store, if you walk around, they do have little disclaimers that say, we are monitoring you for security reasons. That gives them the right to do anything they want with that security footage or the data they're collecting essentially. So people are aware of the data being collected, however, it doesn't matter to them as much as long as they're getting a good experience about it from it. If I get a better shopping experience from you collecting all that data, I'm okay with it, as long as you're not going to take it and turn it into sharing information with other vendors, for instance, and getting all those emails that you don't want to get. So I think the wearables are a big piece of it, but it comes down to what kind of wearables are you talking about. Like, do you want my pacemaker information or do you want my Fitbit information? You can do both. You can do something where I can do and check what you've eaten before, because they have these diabetic monitors that tell the blood sugar and things like that. So you can say, you know what, if I am on the low sugar blood level, I can push a candy bar to you when you walk into a store. Do people want that? That remains to be seen. But I think if their experience is good enough, they will give you as much personal information for the benefit of getting a more personalized experience. So I think that personalization, privatization, the data collection, you've got HIPAA and then you've got stores. It's a big wide gulf, and it's a wild west. And it's more of a don't ask, don't tell situation. A lot of times when you buy those devices, when you click on that button that says install on your phone, there's a whole bunch of stuff to read that no one ever reads. Does anyone ever read that licensing stuff when you download? No, you don't. But in there it says, I'm taking all your data just so you know. And I'm going to use it however I want. And by you clicking OK and installing it on your phone, that means you let me do it. So it comes down to, I think, a little bit of customer ignorance. I also think it comes down to, as long as you're not hurting me, I'm not going to complain. And finally, the dashboard, the console type of experience. I think, yes, people now have an expectation that these experiences should come and follow me around. If you look at people's consumption of media, how they do things now, the fact that people are cutting cord and cable, it's because I have this world where everything I want, I have a playlist for my life, and I don't want to have anything or wait for anything that's not important to me. I also think that people are going to get a little bit ruder, because if you think about all those voice-standing technologies, you don't have to say please or thank you anymore. Like, I listen to my son and he just says, Alexa, turn on the lights. Alexa, what's the weather? He doesn't have to say please or thank you, and if he does, she doesn't understand it. So that's the thing is, are we going to become a ruder society, or are we going to become a better society? Who knows? I'm not sure.
Okay, another question. You guys are the least questioning people I've had here. Either that or you're tired.
We have no more questions.
Okay. Well, I'm going to have a hang out.